There are many real organizations across Azeroth that actually exist. The Cenarian Circle, the Dalaran Disc, the Earthen Ring, and the Lorewalker Loop. Among these groups that actually exist, none is more notorious for its speed, odor, and actually being real than the Hogchoppers, the terrors of Tanaris. 10 years ago, in the Razorfen Downs in the south of Kalimdor, where the Quillboar make their home, 3 young rebels were born. They were so rebellious, in fact, that they skipped the birthing process entirely and merely spawned out of their respective mothers through osmosis, already fully grown and fully clothed. They gazed upon their people, who at the time were enslaved by the undead scourge, and said,
"Man, I don't want to be a zombie all my life like my dad, but what can we do? What life is there for 3 hogs?"
And then, from beyond the stars, they came. 2 cylinders, thorium igniters, 57 gears, transdimensional capacitors for cross-planar travel, cup holders, all tailor-built seemingly for these 3 hogs of destiny. Without a second thought, they rode out of Razorfen into the horizon and never looked back. From this historical moment that actually happened, they were known as the Hogchoppers, and chop these hogs did. Tearing across the landscape, the Hogchoppers became notorious for the adventures they really had. Realizing their true potential, the Hogchoppers began to cross from bar to bar, tearing up trouble as they went, but always leaving an impression. There went the Hogchoppers, survivors would say. They were actually real. They were actually real. They were real! Who can forget the time they actually raced the real Millhouse Manastorm around the Mirage Raceway? Before it was flooded. So, before the water was there, so footage may be a bit hard to... In fact, they say the Hogchoppers rode so hard and so loud that the walls of the very valley shattered and the sea flooded them. But that's just a rumor. Some say Deathwing did it, but, you know, they say that about everything. I mean, it can't all have been him, right? But their real rides that they actually did went even beyond the boundaries of Kalimdor, crossing the ocean at rapid speed to test their mettle against the Fire Lord Ragnaros and his Dark Iron Dwarves. There they came to bash heads and guitars with the elite Tauren chieftains in an improvisation duel that rumbled the mountain and shattered the dwarves' eardrums, especially when Ragnaros started doing the backup singing. Dissatisfied with their work in the Eastern Kingdoms, the Hogchoppers sought to broaden their horizon. Literally. Riding their way across the sea, they found the Great Mountain, High Mountain, so called partly because it is both a mountain and very high, but mostly because it was named after the Tauren named High Mountain, who grew up high up on this mountain, which is high and a mountain. They rode up this high mountain at maximum speed, and upon reaching its peak, they kept going. They broke their bonds with the realm of mortals and rode towards the very stars. In the great cosmos, they did epic battles, demons and ethereals, landing upon countless worlds to defend them from indescribable evil. Truly, their greatest adventure was their encounter with the still floating body of the old god Yisharaj, who, as you all know, was literally thrown into the space by the Titans. Literally. That actually happened. I'm not making that up. That is to say, I'm not making any of this up, because all of this actually happened for real. But the Yisharaj thing is the thing I'm making up the least. Ow! They did battle with the floating bundle of tentacles, their minds darkening, and their futures becoming grim. Even upon the defeat of the hulking Yisharaj, the Hogchoppers' dance with darkness never ended. One among their numbers was driven insane, their mind darkened and their hands driven to strike against them. It all came to a head when their greatest warrior did battle with this traitor.
"You were supposed to bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. You were my brother. I loved you. Oh, hell no. No, that's gross. I'm leaving."
It was the darkest day in the Hogchoppers' real lives. It was a wound from which they would never recover. After recovering from this wound, the remaining Hogchoppers longed for home, so homeward they went. Upon arriving, they learned that they had been gone for 30 years, and that their home and all their people were dead, slain long ago by adventurers. This was the final straw. Now, I understand if you don't believe this next part. Compared to the very grounded story up to this point, it may seem unbelievable to you. But I assure you, Everything I tell you is completely real. The Hogchoppers let out a roar of fury and rode faster than they ever had, around the world over and over again until they actually reversed time, restoring their proud piggy people to their living state. And then the Hogchoppers had a drink.
Hey, ain't one of us meant to be a girl? But, I am the girl one. My entire life is a lie.
Mr. Robot, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
It seems in your anger, no one thanked you.